I know you're working hard to build muscle, lose body fat. You're going to the gym consistently, looking for the right workout routine. I know there's so many out there, sometimes it's confusing, right? But you've heard how important nutrition is to the process, especially when you want to lose that body fat. You got to know how to eat right. Many men know that, a little intimidated to jump in to learning more and more about how to eat the way to lose that body fat. And they want to stick to working out. Seems to make more sense. But you've heard that up to 80% of the way you look and feel, how much muscle you display, how much body fat you lose is going to be determined on your eating habits. But jumping into it is a challenge, something that we avoid. One thing that you hear is counting calories. How many calories do you eat? You'll hear me ask a lot of men who just can't lose that last 10 pounds of body fat, can't lose the body fat, and they're working so hard in the gym, and I'll ask them how many calories that they're eating. Many men will say, I don't count calories. I just make sure that I eat the right foods. I use common sense portion control. And that is going to help in the short run, no doubt about it. Watching what you eat, making sure you don't eat too much, using common sense, portion control. But for most men, all right, that's not going to be enough to get them to the level that they want. They got to know how many calories they're eating. You need to know how many calories you're eating. Just eating clean, whatever that means to you, just using portion control, that's not going to work in the long run, right? So why do so many men, they avoid counting calories? Well, number one, I know there's a lot of fitness influencers out there, a lot of scientific research. Calories aren't important, calories and calorie, and they do tell you all these things so that you put it off. That gives you a reason not to know how much food you're eating, not how many calories you eat. I get it, right? But one thing you need to understand, more than the quality of food, because sometimes that's suggestive. Portion control is definitely suggestive. You got to eat the right amount of food for you. You can't eat too much. Believe it or not, you can't eat too little. If you eat too little, then you might get the short-term gratification of losing weight at a rate that may make you happy. But what's going to happen, your body, your BMR is going to adjust downward if you eat too little food. So you can't eat too much food. You can't eat too little food. When you find the right amount of food, it's being consistent with that, all right, the macronutrients, and there's different ratios that make it work, right? But you got to know where you are with that amount of food, all right? Many men in the position that they can't get to the next level, they're already going to the gym on a consistent basis. And believe it or not, whether they know how many calories they eat or they've really thought out their macros, they've found a set of systems and strategies and way of eating that they're consistent with. They eat the same foods at the same time, same number of meals, and they're pretty consistent with it. Their diet, it already consists of patterns and foods that work 75% of the time. All right? Maybe that's true of you. How hard would it be to go to a free app, get the free version of like MyFitnessPal? You're eating the same food, same amounts, 75% of the time, and track and find out how many calories that is. Because it's going to make a big difference of the same foods in your common sense of portion control if you're eating 1,200 calories a day versus you can have that same set of standards, but the same food, same amount, same logic, same common sense approach food, but you can be eating 2,400 calories a day, right? Twice as much food, and you can have that same result. Your body will adjust upwards and downwards, believe it or not, all right? Yeah, you can look exactly the same eating 1,200 calories or 2,400 calories of the same foods, same thinking pattern, same system, same logic, same common sense. But you're going to have an entirely different journey eating 2,400 calories than 1,200 calories. What's right for you? Well, we got to know. It's like the minimum entry level to get you to that next level. It's not going to be that hard. And I get it. When someone says count calories, men, they future pace in the future. What does that mean? I got to measure all my food. Does that mean do I do it cooked, or do I do it when it's before cooking? Do I have to have one of those scales? Do I have to measure everything? Do I have to do a meal prep Sunday where I cook, 24 meals a day, put them in containers and take that food even though it's slimy 3 days later? Does that mean I can never eat nutritious foods? Does that mean I have to be regimented? I can never eat a regular meal with my wife and family? That's not what I mean when you need to know how many calories they eat. Not all those limitations. And again, if you're a man, and this is just for you, if you already have that structure, if you're already eating the same food, same time, 75% of the day, it's not going to take more than a half an hour to figure out how many calories that you're eating. And when you find that amount, okay, you find out, oh my God, okay, I never really knew. I just ate sensibly. I ate 1,200 calories. Now you got to know if that's good or bad, or you need to make some adjustments. But at least now you know. So cracking that last 10 pounds of stubborn body fat, getting rid of the man boobs, right? Right, where you think you're doing everything right, you're training hard in the gym, right? It's as simple as a half hour of work. All right, this is going to prevent you from a lot of frustration, confusion, overwhelm, going from workout to workout, and not seeing the results of just knowing how many calories you eat. After you find that, reach out to me. I'll tell you the next step, what that all means, but I can't help you with the next step if you don't know what you're doing right now. And it's already there. Those patterns are already there. And again, this video is for the men who already are eating with structured pattern, already getting results, but can't get to that next level. It's a lot easier than you're making it out to be. And it's an important step in the process. So reach out to me after that amount. I'll help you, guide you to the next step.